This next class is a suspension training class. I want you guys to grab your suspension trainers and train along to the program. Working some squats for this exercise. Now, two different variations. So you can see I'm doing it with my feet at shoulder width, but Sam's doing it with her knees squeezing together. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, I suggest you do it with your feet and knees squeezing together so that you're working your adductors and you're also squeezing your glutes on the way up as well. Make sure your arms are remaining soft, straight, and there's no rowing motion. Let's get you to try this exercise for yourselves. Working a front leg lunge for this exercise, guys. So you can see two different variations. You can see Sabina's got her back foot completely off the floor, which is harder to stabilize. So this is the more challenging way of doing the exercise. Sam is allowing her back toe to touch the floor. And that's a little bit easier, and it's a better variation if you're injured or if you're new to suspension training. Your arms should remain soft, straight, and there should be no rowing motion at all. Let's get you to try this exercise. Working an isometric chair for this exercise, guys. So this is a static exercise. We're just holding still. Variation 1, you can see that I've got my arms soft straight in that invisible chair pose. This is the easier way of doing this exercise. You can see variation 2, Sabina has her arms bent and tucked in a rose position. This is actually harder because it amplifies your weight. Knees should be bent perfectly at 90 degrees for this exercise. Your turn. Okay guys, working some rows for this exercise. So you can see two different variations. Sam's doing the basic version, which is just a standard row. You can see I'm putting some pulses right at the top of it. So this is just going to amplify things a little bit more. So if you want to challenge yourself, I suggest you do it that way. Make sure you maintain a stiff, straight plank body from your ankle to your shoulders for this one. Let's get you guys to try it. Working some T-rows for this exercise. So you can see two different variations. Sam is just doing the basic version, which is just a T-row suspended and suspending yourself as much as you need to, depending on how much pressure you want to put on during the exercise. Sabina's putting some pulses in her T-rows, so you can see there's a pulse right at the top of that. So that's going to amplify things a little bit more. Make sure you're squeezing with your shoulder blades and pushing your elbows right back. Your turn. Biceps curls for this next exercise, guys. You can see two different variations. So Sam's got a straight plank line body from shoulder to ankle, which is the basic way of doing this exercise. To amplify the exercise, you can do it from the invisible chair. So you can see myself doing that one. What I want you guys to be conscious of is make sure your elbows are stationary and in front of your body during the exercise. Let's get you guys to try this one. working some biceps clutches for this exercise. You can see two different variations. Variation 1, your body remains stiff planked, the way Sabina's doing it. Variation 2, which is the harder variation, is to do it from the invisible chair, so you can see me doing it that way. If you're doing it through the invisible chair, make sure you sustain your height, so don't go up and down. And make sure your elbows are at 90 degrees, so they need to be at shoulder height. Let's get you guys to try this one. Working some front leg raises or front kicks for this exercise. So you can see two different variations. Sabina is just kicking with her toes pointy and legs are nice and straight. You can see I'm adding a pulse at the top of it. So what that does is that just amplifies the exercise. Make sure your arms remain soft straight with no rowing motion. Try and keep your body as still as you can keep it. Your turn. Alright guys, working some side leg raises for this next exercise. Now you can see two different variations. Sabina's working the basic variation, so just pushing straight up, straight knee and foot horizontal. You can see I'm adding a pulse at the top, so if you want to challenge yourself, add that pulse at the top. You can see the hand grip, it's a rifle grip, so holding on to the stirrup and also holding onto your cable as well. Let's get you guys to try this one. All right, guys, working some pistol squats for this one. So you just want to drop down into the invisible chair pose with 90-degree knees. You want to make sure your opposite leg is remaining nice and straight and it's in front of you during the exercise. You can see both the girls have got their arms soft straight and there's no rowing motion. Let's get you guys to try this one. Working some reverse flies for this exercise. So make sure you start off with a stiff straight plank line body from your ankle to your shoulder. Arms should remain soft straight throughout the exercise, so no bending and straightening. Adjust your feet to increase or decrease the weight load. So simply by stepping forward or stepping back, you could manage your weight load. Your turn to try this one. Front delts raise for this next exercise, guys. So start suspended with your arms soft straight, and we're going to raise with your arms parallel right in front of you and keeping those elbows soft straight. Be sure to protect your wrist as well, so you don't want your wrist to snap back. Let's get you guys to try this one. Chest press for this next exercise, guys. Create a stiff, straight plank body from your ankle to your shoulder before you get started with the exercise, and you want to sustain this throughout the exercise. Press with your elbows wide and at shoulder height. Make sure if you're bending past 90 degrees, you may put some pressure on your rotator cuff, so limit yourself to 90 degrees for this one. Let's get you guys to try the exercise. Working some chest flies for this exercise, guys. So start off with a stiff, straight plank line body from your ankle all the way to your shoulder. Arms should remain soft, straight throughout this exercise, so we're not bending and straightening the arms out. And the fly motion should be perpendicular to your body, so be conscious of that. You can see my arms are remaining soft, straight, and I'm protecting my back by keeping my straight line. Make sure you guys do the same thing. Let's try it. Overhead triceps extension for this exercise. You can see two different variations. So you can see variation 1, Sabina is putting a pull down in there, so she actually gets a rest after every extension. Variation 2 is the way I'm doing it. So you can see I'm actually finishing in an abs rollout pose, so there's no rest at all. The pressure just changes from your triceps to your abs. Protect your shoulders by ensuring you don't overextend them either. Let's get you guys to try this exercise. abs rollout for this exercise. So a couple of form guides. Remember to keep your arms soft, straight throughout this exercise. You want to make sure you don't arch or dip your back. You want to keep your spine neutral and protected the whole time. Adjust your feet back or forth to increase or decrease the weight load throughout this exercise. Your turn to try it. Some advanced calves raises for this one, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off in an abs rollout position and we're going to hit our calves raise from there. Try to keep a straight line from your ankle all the way to your hand. So we want to make sure we're not arching or dipping. The range of calves raise motion should be as much as possible. So get as far up on your toes as you can and drop all the way back down. Let's get you guys to try this one. Bulgarian lunges for this exercise, guys. Now, you want to make sure your shin bone is remaining vertical throughout this exercise. Lunge until your knee is 1 inch off the ground and stop before it touches the ground and lift straight back up. You can use your arms to assist you with stabilization. Let's get you guys to try this exercise. a basic prone plank for this exercise, guys. So what you want to do is you want to have your triangle base or parallel arms, whichever one you prefer. Now you can see I've got a triangle arm base, which is the way I like to do it. Now you've got to make sure you don't arch or dip your back either. So you can see I'm holding a straight line from my shoulder all the way to my ankle and just making sure my spine is neutral. Remain relaxed and focused on your breathing throughout the minute. Let's get you guys to try this one. For this exercise, we're working a side plank. So support arm must remain vertical from your shoulder to your elbow. So you can see I'm holding a perfect vertical line, and you want to make sure you're holding a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your ankle so that you're keeping your obliques active the whole time as well. You can drop that top arm to shift some of the weight and make the exercise easier. Working a basic hips raise for this exercise, or a bridge if you like. What I want you to do for this one is place the arch of your foot in the stirrup rather than your heels. Your arms are up so that there's no additional support of the upper body. Elevate until you reach a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your knee. Let's get you to try this one.
Well done for finishing your workout, guys. Please take a few minutes to stretch and cool your body down now.